Boy, I tell you, it's cold out here, man. It's fucking freezing. Woo. PA ain't no joke when it comes to this weather, man. I'm telling you. But listen, you guys gonna learn giving your loyalties to companies that don't deserve it. I learned that. I ain't gonna lie. I learned that. You know, I was with a company for about 3 years, gave them my loyalty, pushed the barriers, pushed it to boundaries. 95% on-time services. They called me up, asked me to do something, and I did it. All when it came down to, you know what? We don't need you no more. You know what? You don't matter to us no more. And that's what happened. I was out of there, just like that. Situations happened with the company that I felt comfortable. And I ain't gonna cap. I really got comfortable with this company because I believe that the company believed it in me. And I'm gonna admit they did believed in me, because there was a whole bunch of shit that happened to me with that company where other companies would have been got rid of me because of it. But because that I was loyal, I was accountable, and I was like one of their top tier drivers, they kept me on. Now, I'm not going to say that situations happen that kind of like build up over a course of time and they just felt like we can't afford it anymore. But the reason why I was let go wasn't because of that. Let's just get that clear. It wasn't because of all the issues that I had with the company throughout the years. It was because of the supervisor at the time didn't like the way how I was operating my truck. Let's put it like that. You know, I was operating my truck in a way that I was operating. So let's put it like that. He didn't like it. He saw me parked at a casino. He didn't like the fact that I parked it at a casino. So instead of, you know, having, you know, calling me in, talk to me and letting me know and just say, hey, you know, we don't want you parking at the casinos no more. And then I would have been like, cool, no problem. I'll start parking elsewhere. I won't park at the casinos no more. Nah, he just took that as an excuse to say, hey, I'm going to take this opportunity to let him go. Cool, no problem. So again, like I said, I gave my loyalty to this company because I felt in a way that I was going to literally be with the company for years. You know, the owner of the company, he's a good guy. He's a foreigner, you know, but he was still a good guy. Would I say they did some black ops tendencies? Yes. There was a lot of black ops tendencies with this Ohio company. But the guy was still good. He was good to me at that time. But he's also the type of owner that he won't let you know directly if he wants something done. He'll pretty much push it off to the other people to do it for him. And that's cool. You're supposed to. He's the owner. His situation, his thing is to delegate. His managers, supervisors, and everybody else supposed to handle that. And I get it. But again, it brings me back to now I see all this viral stuff that's going on with that Tendernism guy. He was with a company for years. He brought the company, he was the face of the company. He brought the business. He brought the dynamic because he was black. Let's make that a point. He was black. And while he was online, it was like he was the owner. But see, that's what social media do. Social media make you look like something that you're not. Because in the background, it was a white guy. In the background, it was a white guy that got jealous of his fame. Even though, because of his fame, it brought the attention, it brought the customers, it brought the dynamics. In other words, it brought the black people. Now, I don't know what's going on down there now, but this Tendernism guy, he's no longer with the company. All thanks to Keith motherfucking Lee. Now, Keith Lee did something that a whole bunch of people didn't even see coming. He exposed them for what they were. Imagine if Keith Lee never came. Tendernism would still be there, shucking and jiving for the guy. Still bringing in the dynamics, still bringing in the fame. And the white guy would have never showed up on camera, never did any interviews, nothing. Everything would have just kept going that's the way it was. But Keith Lee, being the person that he is, because, you know, he brings the effect, he came and exposed the company for what they were. And now, Tendernism is no longer with the company. I don't know what happened. We don't know the background. We don't even know if he was fired, even though that's the narrative right now. He was fired or whatever. But it could have just been that, you know, what he was let go for whatever reason. But it goes back to what I was saying. Never give your loyalty to companies that don't deserve it. This man gave his loyalty since day one. It was his idea to do the ribs. It was his idea to turn the company from a cafe into a legitimate restaurant. It was his ideas. I can look at it this way. The white guy, the owner, had the money. He had the money to push it through. And I get that. And only paid Walter as an employee. But Walter was the one that brought in the dynamic, brought in the customers, brought in the fame. And he still got paid like an employee. Now, Keith Lee was to give the man a tip, a $4,000 tip. This white man came on Beyonce's internet and says, well, why not give the tip to everybody in the restaurant? Because the tip wasn't going to everybody in the restaurant. It's like when you go in there to a restaurant, you eat some good food, and you say, hey man, my compliments to the chef. And you will say, hey, call the chef out here. Chef comes out, shake his hand, thank you. Here, bro, here's a couple of $100 for a meal well done. That tip was to the chef. And at the time, we was up under the impression that Tendernism was the chef. But his people shut all that down. He ain't had time and just blocked that man's blessing, honestly, for no reason. It is raining out here, by the way. So when they saw that, they come on Beyonce's internet again and do an interview with Willie D, try to save face. And literally, instead of saving face, you just made that man look worse than what it was. Tendernism tried to come back and tried to fix things, but obviously things wasn't getting fixed because he was let go. So what I'm saying is, to all these TikTokers, all these trucker influencers, all these truck drivers that's coming on saying, oh man, work for this company, that company is the best company. I give my loyalties to this company. Learn from me. These companies don't care about you. They care about the bottom line, and that's their profit margin. That's their money. They care about the trucks. Think about that. Because for me, any company that tells me, oh, we treat you like family. Yo, am I your cousin? Am I your father, your brother? No. No, when things go sideways, I'm the first person out the door, but yet you treat me like family, though. Just think about that next time a recruiter reaches out to you and say, hey, you know, if you give your loyalty to us, we'll treat you like family.